Hi, welcome back to our YourCoach tutorials. Today we're going to be focusing on the library feature within our platform. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're also going to assume you're working in the web-based version of our platform. We do also have an app version for your mobile devices, and we're going to be focusing exclusively on the library feature. So it's going to assume that you've already set up your practice, maybe some programs, although you don't have to start working in your library feature. But if you haven't checked those tutorials out, it can definitely be helpful to start there. By the way, my name is Ashlee Honeycutt. I am the Director of Health Coaching Operations, as well as a nationally board certified health and wellness coach myself. Let's take a look at this library feature. So you're going to find it right here in the Your Space tab. So if you go over to the menu on the left and click on Your Space, it's going to bring you here, and we can click on Library. Now this place is going to host all of the documents, the links, and the graphics files that you have uploaded for all of your programs. It's going to be the master resource that you can leverage. So it's not assigned to any particular client or to any program yet. So this can be a great place to put any and all things you think might be useful in the future for you and your practice. A couple of things we can do here. One is we can add a folder. So that's where it's going to create these folders, and it's going to help you organize your resources to be able to find them and leverage them easily. So if I go into add folder, I can add a name. So for this one, I'm going to do mental health resources. You'll notice I am not putting a space in here. It's because we need all of those characters to be together. So I've given it a name, and I'm going to click add folder, and we'll see it appear here in our library. The other thing I can do is I can add a file. So this is where I can upload a PDF. I can upload a graphic that I have saved and put those in. I can also add a link. So if you have a link, you can take it here, and then you can just paste it in and hit add link. And what that's going to do is whatever that link's title is, you're going to see that pull up. So this one is a binaural beats from YouTube, and it's called Super Focus. So you'll see it just put it in here. It'll denote it's a link by this graphic here versus a PDF, which has another graphic here, or this is a PNG file. So it looks like the picture here. So you'll see all of those resources all down here. So this is great. These are saved and ready for me to leverage, but how do I use them, right? That's always the question. So there's a couple of different ways. One, I can go into the chat feature and look at my chat, and this is going to be with a particular client for an individualized program. And right here, this folder, this is my library icon. I can click on this icon and I can see any resources that I have shared with the client. Now I can also add things to this particular client's library. So come here, I can add file, and I can select any that are in that master resource I've created, that big library for my practice, or I can add an additional file if there's something I want to upload just for this client. In this case, I'm going to choose this biometric and wellness worksheet I want to share. I'm going to select choose. And you'll see this pop up. So it says material was created and saved for this client, but not to the main program. And it's asking me if I want to add it to their individualized coaching program schedule. So there's a couple of things to note here. If I want this to be just for this one client, I can click no, and it will not add it to my program. If I click yes, it's going to create this as part of my program, and any other client who joins the same program will have access to this material. So in this case, I'm going to click no because I want this one just for this client. The other thing you're going to notice is this little lock right here. So whenever we put in a resource, it is locked until we tell it we're ready to share it with the client. I can do that by clicking these three dots right here, and you'll see the option to delete this resource or to unlock it or change the unlock date. So if I select unlock, it's going to unlock that immediately and make it accessible to my client. If I want to change the unlock date, I can click on that and I can select when I want it to become available to my client. So let's say that we are going to have a conversation later on today in a live session. I know we're going to be talking about the biometrics, and it's going to be part of the goal. We've already started that conversation. I'm going to set it to go ahead and become available tomorrow for her. And it'll tell me the material was updated for the group, but not for the main program. So it's telling me it's just for that client, but not for all clients that come into that program. And it's asking me again, do I want to update that for the program overall? No, I don't. I want it to be just for this client. So you'll see that that is currently unlocked where this one is unlocked. Now let's say we had that conversation and I changed my mind and I'm ready to unlock it right now. I can come back, click this unlock button, It's going to double check with me to make sure I'm ready to unlock that for the client. And I can click yes, and now I can see that it is available to them. The client will get a notification up in their little notification bell letting them know that a new resource has been available. You can also send them an easy chat right here to let them know it's available, or you can attach it to the chat. So if I hit this little attachment button, I can choose either program materials that are already available to the client or the library materials that would be from that larger practice library, or I can upload a brand new document or photo for them. So in this case, I'm going to go to choose program materials, and I'm going to see the two that I had created for her. And I can go ahead and select this biometric and wellness. You'll see it appear here, and I can type here a short message and say, I hope this helps. It's a continuation of a conversation that we had, and I can send it. And then this will be available right within the chat. So that's another way to do that. Another option for the library is if I go into your space, and let's say I want to set it up as part of a program. So I'm going to go into your space. I can scroll down and select the program that I want it to be part of. So let's say every client that comes into this program in the future, I would like them to have access to this resource. So I can go and I can edit the program, go to the library tab. I can add materials here. So let's say this biometric sheet, I want it to be part of all the programs in the future. I click on it. I can select what day I want it to be available. So let's say I want it to be available on day 1 at 9:00 a.m. I can go ahead and set that up and confirm it. Now it's ready, and any client who comes into this program will have access to this material on day 1. I can also come in here. I can clear this. Let's say I change my mind. I no longer want to offer this to new clients coming in. Now I can clear it, and those materials will no longer be part of the program. Of course, any changes that you make, you'll want to save. There are lots of different ways to leverage the library. Please let us know of any questions that you have, and happy coaching.